This is a 5-minute rejoinder at the end. I'm thanking everybody that's here. Excuse me, my voice is cracking like a boy going through puberty. I've been up here hooping and hollering the last 2 nights. Kevin had mentioned in his last speech here about Paul and Silas. Give me my chart number 133. Paul and Silas being in prison. Waited till his last speech to bring it up, but I'm going to give Kevin a dose of his own medicine. Kevin himself has said that this is mixing an incidental with something that is an obligation. Just because we have an example does not make that binding on us. This is an incidental case, Paul and Silas in the prison praying. It is the Greek word homneo. That was not the Greek verb that Paul used in Romans 15 and 9, 1 Corinthians 14, 15, Colossians 3, 16, Ephesians 5, 19, or James 5:13. So that is an incidental case there. Give me Kevin's chart M14. Now, Kevin has talked in his last speech last night. He's brought it up a couple of times in his speech about church history. I was hoping so much he would get into church history. Give me my chart number 240. He put this chart up of Justin Martyr. The use of instrumental music was not received in Christian churches as it was among the Jews in their infant state, but the only use of plain song. I got this chart from Don McLean, West 65th Street Church of Christ. On the account of the use of instruments and other agreeable to children is removed from the songs of the churches. Now what I want to know is, where in the world did Justin Martyr say this? You can search his first apology, his second apology, dialogue with Trypho, all of his writings, and you will not find that quote in Justin Martyr anywhere. My chart number 241. So where exactly did this quote come from about these early Christians not using instrumental music? You know where it comes from? It comes from a writing called Questions and Answers to the Orthodox. Scholars have recognized for over 100 years that that is a spurious quote attributed to Justin Martyr. In 1840, George Farber demonstrated from the internal evidence it could not come from Justin Martyr. So most of them attribute it to Theodoret. Some say Diodorus. James McKinnon, Music in the Early Christian Literature, he said it's pseudo-Justinian, and he said it's now generally accepted as Theodoret. Even Everett Ferguson, who is a Church of Christ denominational preacher, in the book The Instrumental Music Issue, page 95, he ascribes that to Theodoret, not Justin Martyr. But the problem here is these guys are sloppy in their scholarship. They go out there and they copy and paste from the internet and say, oh, there's Justin Martyr right there. Justin Martyr didn't believe in musical instruments. Chart number 245. What did Justin Martyr say? Let me give you the real voice of history. Justin Martyr said, as the Spirit urges those from all the earth who recognize this salutatory mystery, that is the suffering of Christ, through which he saved them, to sing Adantes and play the harp continually. That is a translation from Dr. Walter Straub from the Glorious Church, a study of Ephesians. Now give me my chart number 247. Furthermore, the Ante-Nicene Fathers, volume 3, page 4, says, as Eusebius informs us, the charismata were not extinct in the churches when the Phrygian imitations began to puzzle the faithful. Brunson considers its first propagators specimens of the clairvoyant art and pointedly cites that the manipulators they were said to practice like persons playing the harp. Who were the Phrygians? The Phrygians was another name for the Montanists. The Montanists were a group of tongue-talking, one-God believers. Now, friends, I have written a booklet, Instrumental Music in Church History. And it is examining a message that Don McLean preached back in 2007. I've got about 25 or 30 of them. They are free of charge. I challenge any of you. His argument on church history is more hysterical than it is historical. His chart number, you know what, I'm not going to go any further in the next chart. He quoted Sophocles. Sophocles mentions baptizing people naked. He don't believe in that. So anyway, let me just say thank you to Pastor Whittington and the church family for hosting this debate. Thank you for Kevin and David for coming here. I'd like to say special thanks to Elder Steve Epley, Brother Cotton, Brother McDonald. I'd like to say thanks to my good friends, Pastor Michael Matos and his wife, Sister Faith Matos. Sister Faith Matos was converted in a debate out of a Trinitarian church 16 years ago. I had a debate on the baptismal formula, and because of that debate, that young lady came out of the Trinitarian churches and was baptized in Jesus' name, and she is a preacher's wife today. It's good to have my friend Jonathan Whitehead here. He's the one that kind of got this debate going. And Jonathan, he may be coming around on the Godhead issue also. He's been questioning that. I also want to say a shout out. He's not here tonight, to my good friend and my supervisor at work, Brian Burrows. He was here last night, and I appreciate that. Thankful to have Danny Corbett with us tonight. Danny is the author of a book called Missing More Than Music, and I encourage everyone to get a hold of that book. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have come to this debate over the last couple nights. If you are interested in instrumental music in church history, it is free. I only have about 20 to 30 copies. I've got these two for you gentlemen there. If you can't get a copy of it, you check out the Weatherly Report, my blog. It will be loaded up this next week. I want to say thank you to Brother John Carroll for being here, taking time from his wife and children, and thanks to each and every one of you. Good night.
Hey, Jason, they mentioned too, if anybody wants a DVD, we don't have a sign-up sheet, but to just put your address if you would like a free copy. Those are free for anybody, as many as they want. Just let us know. Can we also email you as well? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And
I don't know why I would have to tell you that when all of us just heard him say. As they say on Rush Limbaugh, mega dittos, what he just said.
He said put it in the box so that I can make it easy on it.
Didn't specify.
Again, thank you all for coming out to begin the discussion for these last week. And we do say also that we appreciate David and Kevin Pendergrass for participating in this discussion. It's been a great night, and thank you guys again for being here. At this point, we're going to close out with prayer, and my good friend Dennis McDonald is going to come and dismiss us in prayer this evening.